Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Mr. Abdulrahman, the journalist. Mr. Amr, good afternoon to you, sir.
Well, good afternoon to you. Hello to you and to the dear viewers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amr, for your time. Now, the Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati called for financial aid as well as political support for the Palestinian Authority. Why do you see this as very critical, specifically now with the response that we've seen from the international community at the UN General Assembly meetings?
I believe that the international community today is rising to the level of the expectations of the free nations all over the world. All over the world we have witnessed how the peoples in Europe, in Australia, even in the heart of the US, demonstrated and rebelled against the crimes and the brutal crimes of the Zionist existence against the Arabs in the occupied lands. As we have witnessed more recognition of the new Palestinian state that should be established based on the same pillars of a legitimate state with full sovereignty, with an army, with an independent leadership, with a police administration, with all the cabinet bags. I'm talking about a true legitimate state with all pillars of a state, militarily, politically, diplomatically, economically. I'm talking about what the Arabs deserve after a long term of this.
Right. Now, Mr. Amr, Egypt, Qatar and the United States have led several mediation efforts, and still still nothing has been agreed upon. What, in your opinion, makes this trio particularly important with regards to brokering any peace agreement, even as the Foreign Minister himself mentioned? Of course, the attack on Qatar further complicated the situation.
I believe that the Egyptian situation is on one side, or in one hand. On the other hand, all the international efforts. That's my opinion. I believe that true and honest and strong situations taken towards our own national security in the occupied lands is taken here from Cairo. We of course receive help and some positive situations from the friendly and brotherly countries. Of course, that's important, but I believe there is a conflict today between what's right and what's wrong, what should be applied, and those who are still standing behind the aggression. I'm talking about greater powers, colonial powers, that are standing behind the aggression till now.
Yes, Mr. Amr, now Egypt firmly rejects any attempts to displace the Palestinians or make Gaza uninhabitable. Why do you see Cairo seeing this as a direct threat to regional security and the efforts that Cairo has exerted in order to avoid the displacement of the Palestinians?
Well, that's a crystal clear evidence that Egypt, since the day one of the crisis, or maybe we call it the last chapter of the crisis that has started a century before, when we have declared through our leadership and our responsibles and our sounds of our own public opinion as an Egyptian nation that we are against the displacement of the Palestinians from Gaza Strip to any place in the world. This is their home. This is their land. This is the roots of the Arabic land since more than 10,000 years, even before anything called Israel was mentioned in history. So I believe that the Egyptian situation is firm enough to help the Palestinians preserve their rights in the occupied lands, in all of Palestine, and the lands that under siege, and I may call it under a new occupation in Gaza Strip that is already today is under the occupation of the Zionist existence. I believe that situation is a role model for how a diplomacy could take the noble side and the noble cause and protect the very simple basics of our own national security and the Arabic national security at large.
Right. I'd like to thank you very, very much, our dear guest, Mr. Amr Abdulrahman, the journalist. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.